Welcome back to No Man's Land and the Everything Challenge. It is January morning. I'm going to run over here and pick up our lumber truck because last episode I missed picking up some of the wood. I think I thought I might just finish that task off first. Let's use our new little road up here to get through to the forest. Hopes everybody's new year is going well. Obviously this is the new year in the game. Today is still before planting season, but some of our fields still need some prep work. The potato field, I think, needs to be stoned, as does what was the cotton field. So we need to get on that. But my primary focus today will be just getting the new productions down and making sure that everything is operating A-OK. I think we're up to the point where the cow shed or cow farm is making slurry and manure, so we can start think about using that for the BGA. I've got a feeling that it's actually a cheaper way than using silage for the BGA, so we'll look at the math for that. Let me quickly finish this off and then we'll move on to the next thing. Let me just quickly park this back in its car spot. And let's worry about the cows. Might just use the map to jump over there quickly. So our cows are way over here. Is it? Got lots of grass here that we can take advantage of. So currently, we've got plenty of straw supplies that will turn into manure. The hay and straw is looking fine from the feed point of view, but silage is getting low, so we should deliver a load of silage. When it comes to manure, what happens is if you put straw into the enclosure, it will then turn into manure, and yep, we've actually generated 32,000, which is awesome. So as far as the straw is concerned, let's have a look at the menu. Yeah, we've nearly used all of it. So we need to put some straw in, and we also have tons of slurry in the tank to the extent that actually it's starting to fill up. We need a tractor to help do this. We're going to need a forklift to get those into there, and we're going to need a trailer to get from this stuff over to the BGA. So let's use this guy. Actually, first things first, let's just go grab some silage. So let me get a little tiny little time lapse going as we pick up probably a full trailer load, 24, and we'll get them loaded into the feed trough. So by the looks of it, the robot is actually working right now. You can see the gantry going backwards and forwards, and the robot's about to come out, which means we're probably going to have to wait a little bit to get the straw into the chute because that will be in the way. But we can at least load up the straw. I think the robot should only be about a couple of minutes. The silage spilled out a bit, so when we get a chance and the wall, okay, it's back up again, we can get it better placed. Talking better place, trying to get on to here. There we go. A little bit further forward. Rolled out. Let's try that again. I think it's left and then the right joystick. There we go. While we're waiting for the robot to come back, because at the moment it's in there doing its thing, let's organize this field behind us. The stone picker, or the stone picker needs to go through it. The plow has happened and definitely put up a lot more stones. We keep on hiring the stone picker. I think financially it probably is cheaper to keep on hiring it, but I've just got to the point now where I think I want to buy it. I think it's just fun to own it sometimes. So it's probably not financially the best thing to do. So while we wait for our turn to get into there and wait for the robot to come out, because what it's doing is it's dumping its load, let's grab the Fent. If I remember right, the stone density is quite high, so we're going to have to empty it a lot of times. You can see the stone density on the map. If we look at stones, you can see that it's all big red ones, so it's big fat stones. Needs plowing is nowhere, which is great. Weeds, this will get dealt with when we plant the fields because of all these were plowed. There is no weeds. And needs lime. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the cotton field needs lime, so we should get a worker working on that as well. So we'll get this guy over to the potato field. And that's the worker off and running doing that. Expect to have to empty that probably 2 or 3 times, I'm guessing. Let's get this straw bale into the cows. Make sure that the manure keeps on being generated. So by default, the cows produce slurry, which is like a liquid, very liquidy manure. And it goes into big tanks underneath. And actually these grates right here, where the cows are standing, it falls through the floor. And real cow sheds have massive tanks underneath them for that. And then if you put straw in, which is classed as bedding down here, you can see where the cows sleep at night. That is scooped up as a hard material, and that's called manure. So practically in the real world, some type of skid steer or something goes around, picks up all this material, and then dumps it out into the pits outside, and then new straw is blown in. Let's have a quick look at the menu to see if that was enough. No, I'll probably take another bale. I think each bale is about 8,000. So let's do that again. Our straw supply is pretty good, and then over in the yard we have at least 10 or 20, maybe even more bales still in the silo, or in the what do you want to call it, the shed that we have for this. So pick that up. A bit precarious, but it works. Okay, let's get this done. Lift it up, hopefully it'll roll. There it goes. I might grab the forklift and push those bales in just so they're a bit more attractive. Liking the placement of the cow yard. I think it fits in the landscape really well. The size of the roads around it have been quite good. We're not struggling to do U-turns and stuff. Alright, it's now the bale done. So my understanding roughly is I believe every litre of straw we make will be roughly a litre of manure. So we will go through a lot of this straw, and that's fine because it does mean that we're producing a lot of manure. Alright. Next job. I'm just going to quickly run this home. Alright. I'll grab both of these since the second one's got stones in it. We might as well put that into the gold production. And I don't know how much manure there is, whether it justifies 1 or 2 of these. Let's get this unloaded. And before I head off, I'm just going to grab the Massey Ferguson and get it to start doing that liming. All right, we've got our nice big lime thing. It's full. That's the keystroke to close the lid. Close cover N. There we go. So I'll probably go down the far end here and then get the worker to work back towards us. This has already been ploughed and partially stoned. I think I won't bother stoning the rest. Super high priority. If the stoner's available, we'll do it, but I'm not going to hire a second stoner, for example. Alright, let's let the worker do that. Off they go. Hopefully that thing will have enough lime in it. Alright, let's get some manure done and focus on our BGA. That's one going. So the pile was quite big. And will it fit in one? Yes, I think it might fit in one. Just. Oh, no, it didn't. Alright, cool. I'm glad we bought 2 trailers then. Yeah, that's a lot of manure. 32,000. So we can use this in the BGA instead. Manure you can sell. It's worth money. It's not like it's something that you can't just sell at the shop. You don't have to put it into production. We'll look at the numbers to do with methane, and I'm pretty sure we'll find that it easily is a better option than using silage. Silage we should be using either as food or just selling it directly. It will make more money, I think. So let's we'll do the big one first, I guess, the full one. Goes into the solid one, which is completely empty at the moment. So we'll get that unloaded. Yeah, our first manure delivery. Very Back to the Future, isn't it? And the second one. I don't know how much that's going to fill up the BGA. Let's have a look. That's about empty now. So the BGA will take manure and we'll activate that. So about half. So yeah, it takes a fair bit. It will use, well, that's a lot. 192,000 a day it's capable of using. So that's easily going to use all that up. That's quite fast, actually. But the good news is it makes it fast, and then it'll get into the gold mine, and that's good news because the methane's out there. So what we want to work out is how much in cost of silage it is to make 1,000 liters of methane. So if we expand this out, the ratio, and make this 1,000, it means that silage is going to be 1,842 liters of silage will make 1,000 liters of methane. And if we look at the price of silage, if I can find it, there's manure. Silage. Silage sells for roughly $300 average. So if we need 1,842 liters, it means it costs us $547 to make 1,000 liters. If we want to do that with manure, 1,000 to 722, that means we need 1,385 liters of manure to produce 1,000. And manure cost is an average of, let's say, about $90, which means when you do the math, 1,385 liters times 90 is $124. So that's significantly less. So silage was 547 and manure is 124. So way less money to do it. Do the same thing for slurry. 1,000 to 452 ratio. That means we need 2,212 liters of slurry to make 1,000 liters. The price of slurry averages out to maybe $85, which means it takes $188. So silage is $547 to make a batch. Slurry is $188, so about a third that price, and manure is even cheaper at $124. So we definitely want to be using the cow farm to produce these and keep the silage for the TMR reasons and also just selling it. I'm pretty sure we won't be wanting to put the food in here. We'll want to put these into production. So potato will go into the potato factory or the soup factory and all those other things. Same with sugar beet, we'll make sugar out of it. Talking of potatoes, I want to put down the production to do with preserves. So productions, and we're going over to premium. And so bakery, we could put down a dairy now. We have the cow farm. The plan is to make this a row through here and put productions across here. So this one ejects on the right there and then gets unfilled over there. Let's put the other one down first. So we own... This is the one we own. We own the soup factory, and we want the preserve factory. So I think I might put this right on corner because that way it's relatively fast to get it from the root storage. The other option is to put it up here. We could sacrifice this line right here. It is nice and close, so I have planned to kind of put this here the whole time. We'll put the output at the front, so it's easy to pick up from a forklift point of view, and then the input rate is just there, so it's just a drive across to do it. So I'm going to put this one right about there, and we'll do a very quick landscape paint around it. Probably about... Do we want to use dirt? Yeah, I think dirt's fine. There we go. And the field will get shortened off at some point. And you know what? I like that look at the grass that this thing has. I might put a little bit of grass across there for just some aesthetic point of view. Kind of looks good to have some grass around the building. Cool. And then the bakery. So let's put the bakery down as well. So we have a couple to choose from. We can choose the one from the base game, which is quite small. Actually, not the bakery, the dairy, sorry. This dairy looks kind of cool. It comes out that side and in on the same side, which is great. So to have something where we can just drive along this road and deliver it, that would be fantastic. So I think this is a really good choice for this corner. I think this is relatively square. So yeah, I'm going to put that one just... Oh, not enough money. We need another couple of $1,000. So let's grab the extra $20,000 or $30,000 and try that again. Put that right about there. And we'll do a quick little paint around that as well. Where's asphalt? Asphalt. It's kind of weird to see our fields disappear, but it's, you know, part of the process. And as things get added, we'll add more and more asphalt along the way. So we need to get milk into here, and we need to get carrots and all that type of stuff into the other ones. So let's organize that. Since I'm going past here, I am going to clean these because they are disgustingly dirty. That's a bit better. Not so yucky. We're going to put some fresh food into this, so can't have it all be messed up. All right, red beets. I'll put in one trailer load of each. That should be enough to keep it going. And this one can be parsnips. We only have about one trailer worth, so that's going to work out. Don't know whether we can do a double unload. Let's see if we can. Looks like we can. And let's set up that production to get it going. Down the bottom here, our new preserve factory. So we can activate that, that, and that. We still need to deliver parsnips, is it? It's weird, that was parsnips. Why did carrots turn up in there? Oh, it's like it's got access to the silo. That's very strange. Did the building come with stuff? That is very weird. I don't think those numbers are correct. That's very strange. Well, it's kind of a freebie, I can't complain, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Alright, next thing to think about is the slurry. Well, I think we're going to need a dedicated trailer for that. The slurry stuff, these are designed so you can put spreaders on them. I think we want a trailer form of this. Slurry tanks, so we can just go small. I think there's a gotcha that you can't actually unload from them, so it's a great way of making like a temporary tank, but it isn't considered to be something that you can operate with. Let's try. I've got a feeling this isn't exactly what we want. We'll just lease it for now, $1,000, and use that to at least move the bulk of the slurry. Looks like the worker has run out of lime, so once we get over here, we'll fix that as well. And we still need to bring in milk over to this guy, to the dairy. The slurry tank's over here on the right hand side. Oh, I forgot to fix the silage. So we need to do that too. Alright, let's fill this guy up. 51,000 litres. So yeah, before I run over and deliver that, I'm just going to get the forklift over here to clean up that pile a bit. That will do for now. We'll, as the snow falls, get on with other things. The robots can do that. Let's get this slurry delivered. Is the rock picker full? It is. So let's deal with this guy, and then we'll deal with the lime thing, and then we'll get back to the slurry. So I've got a feeling that these things do not support unloading. So it should come under liquid, so it should be on this trigger, and yeah, I haven't seen the trigger warning. I don't think they have the ability to unload. You can just use them as a tank. So they're kind of in essence like a tank that would be maybe placed as a placeable. Like, I'm just going to park this somewhere which is kind of central. And you can see how it kind of hits the ground. Gets rid of all the weight on itself, and we're going to need a way of moving it. I don't think our big, huge trailer over here takes slurry, the big silver one, the semi one. And I don't think I wanted to either. I don't think I want to have, you know, from a roleplay point of view, sewage in what would normally be a water carrying vessel. I'm okay with mixing milk maybe and water, but not with slurry. So let's buy a trailer for that. I assume it's going to come under slurry tanks. So we've got these three are definitely going to work. This comes with the ability to put on an attachment, this guy. I don't have any plans to spread slurry on the fields. It's just not really beneficial. So I'm just looking for the cheapest way to move it. I'm just going to quickly check miscellaneous, because sometimes these can do things. I do have the No Man's Land one, but there's no slurry in there. And that one's a water one. So risky, they've added this one to the map to move methane. So you can, if you wanted, rather than distributing from the BGA, you could drive it from the BGA across to the gold thing. But yeah, I think we're going to have to use the slurry stuff. I don't think animal transports and animals... Yeah, these are all water, water, water. This one takes milk. I'm actually tempted to buy this from a milk point of view. And then, yeah, our big one doesn't take it. So, yeah, I'm tempted to have a dedicated milk container. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy that for milk. And we're a bit short of cash. Might have to get a little bit of a loan. And then we'll get one of these. We're only going 5 meters, so it doesn't really be too big. 8. This is 8,000 and 15,000. I'm just going to go the cheapest. So let's get another 10 grand out. And we'll borrow that much. $30,000 loan is fine. And I think I'm going to use just this cheap one. And BKTs for no good reason. And actually, you know what? How about I just lease it? So that would be, yeah, it's like years of, I'm just going to lease it. The BJ is already working using the manure that we delivered, but the dairy is not working. So let's grab some milk first. This might be the last tank. I was able to position it so that I could load and unload at the same time. So risky on the Xbox controller, you press down on the left-hand stick to load it, and then you can hit the right button Y to unload it into the BGA. So don't have to move backwards and forwards or anything. Looks like we're getting a fair bit out of this tank. We've put yeah, 38,000. I forget what we put into the tank. Maybe it was 50 something we put in the tank. But quite lucrative. I think I might keep these two hired or leased. I think it's kind of fun to have something different going on. And yeah, definitely appreciate the fact that I didn't have to drive backwards and forwards with a smaller tank size. So yeah, that's I'm quite happy with that solution. Alright, the lime guy ran out of lime out in the field. The last thing to do is just to make sure that our productions are set up and running now that we've delivered everything. Let's have a quick look. Slurry's on and manure's on. For the new stuff, we've got the preserved carrots, parsnips, and beetroot. That's all the stuff up north. and we can turn on these. The one thing that we need, I think, from a production point of view that feeds into something else is the butter for the cake. So I'm tempted to start building out butter rather than also turning on cheese and chocolate. So we'll do that for now because we don't have that much milk. But yeah, the last thing to do will be to worry about the this lime. Next time we're going to have to deal with the shortage in grass over there for the sheep. And that should be pretty well it. Well, I'm going to do the standard water and stone stuff. And I also will make sure that stone picker is doing its job out there in the potato field. But we'll call that an episode. If you buy the lime from the spigot, it's about 5 times more expensive. So I'm actually going to do it this way. And I'm going to buy, I think I'll end up buying 16 bags. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Love hearing your feedback. And we will see you next time on the Everything Challenge No Man's Land map.